Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So, playing AXIE Infinity Homeland. This is the new game for AXIE Infinity landholders. It's an off-chain game at the moment, sort of very early sort of stages of Sky Mavis sort of playing around with how they might build a sort of a meta sort of gameplay built around land. So it does show axes here, but these are not on-chain axes. So everything here is off-chain. Basically, it just reads a wallet to see if you've got any land or not. And that's how you play. So I've been playing now. I mean, it's an idle game, so I've been sort of playing it off and on daily, but I've not sort of shot through it like some people have been playing it. So pretty much, yeah. If you play it all the time, you obviously go much faster. So I'm sort of behind, I guess, the long way behind the top players. But anyway, I've started to unlock some stuff. I thought this would be interesting. So one of the particular things that's going on here is now, if I come up here, if I can work out how these things work. So the auction house is sort of an interesting one. So this is where sort of the more advanced players, the players who have been crafting some of these items that I can't get access to, particularly some of these weapons. So they're putting them on a marketplace, and we can sort of see all this sort of money here is just sort of this gold is like an in-game resource that you earn through sort of completing missions and stuff. So you can't buy this or anything, but obviously the more advanced your land is, the more of this you're going to be sort of given out. And then it becomes a sort of obviously the sort of economic currency for trading between players. You can imagine this over time being a cryptocurrency, obviously. So I've only got 17, so I probably can't do. I've probably spent it all. Can't do very much at the moment. But we can see all these things. There's equipment like the swords. There's consumables. There are these resources. So this is wood and stone are the basic resources that you get from your land. There's these agricultural sort of crops that you can things you can grow, animal feeds, animal goods, and metals, and sort of gems and stuff. So most of this is I haven't got access to at all, but you can see here, bought some things. So I bought a stone shield from Black Knight for 13 gold, and I bought a stone hammer for 15 gold from Inferno. Not sold anything yet because I've not really got anything worth selling. So the way this sort of plays in is the adventurous stuff, which I've looked at before, and you sort of have to get involved with it. But no, which is the right one? I think it's here. So the adventurers are this idea that you have these characters, these sort of NPCs that will go out into the world and fight enemies, and maybe bring you back some resources, some materials. So the whole point about this sort of land game is there's various different ways of interacting with the environment to get the resources you need, and then you use those resources to build, to craft other items, and obviously that sort of powers you up, and then you're trading between accounts, other people's other users' accounts to get things you need, and you know, the whole sort of thing you would get in a resource-based sort of trading system. So this is very early stages. It's interesting. These are sort of new characters, these adventurers. They just sort of pop up here in this feed. So you don't own them or anything like that. They're not NFTs. I don't know if they will be, but here they come. They sort of pop up. So there's this one here. He's a normal healer. This one's here a normal guardian. They're different levels. To be honest, I don't really know what all these things mean. We can see there's different stats going on here. So this one's got sort of good health, and this one's got better attack. Attack speed, blah, blah, blah. So, but sort of the point we have here is we now have the we can the point of crafting stuff is then to attach it to these guys. So I could give him some bread. So I've already crafted this. This is going to increase his HP, and I bought a potion. Oh no, I got given a potion. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that actually I worked out. There's an email system, and actually they sort of, it's not really an airdrop, but you sort of granted everyone some of these potions to sort of, so you could play around with these things. So there's a shell. So the shell of medium concentrated damage deals 400 magic damage to a random enemy. So I've got a weapon as well. I've got some sort of copper sword. I haven't got an armor, and I've got this these topaz rings, so they increase the stats. So we can see here, so I haven't got any armor, although I've got that shield. I don't know why I can't add that shield, but anyway, we can see here now the traits have gone up, the attack's gone up quite a lot, the attack speed's gone up quite a lot, accuracy's gone up quite a lot, because I've added all these things. And the other interesting bit here is if I basically, it says sell, but the adventurer is sort of paying me, so I'm actually I'm selling those items and getting 161 gold back. So you sort of see the idea here. Traits, so these are, I guess, something that is coming in the future, and these are skills of the. So you can see, you know, it's a very early stage version of the game, like a playable alpha, I suppose, really closed alpha. But you can kind of see over time these characters, which are currently disposable. You just sort of they go. Well, every time I've used them so far, is they've just been destroyed. They've been unsuccessful, so they've been killed effectively. But you can imagine that these over time might become, or probably would become permanent characters, maybe. So anyway, so we've filled up his slots. It says 15 of 15. I can sell these, so I'm going to get gold from this transaction. The adventurer is going to leave. This is not a blockchain transaction or anything, but obviously you can see this. You know, this stuff is designed for that sort of activity. Okay, so the adventure trading. So the slots here are the adventurers here. So I've got this chap here. I sort of don't probably have that many things to give him now. So do I have a potion? It says 0, so I don't think I have a potion. No. Do I have a shell? No shell. I have a weapon? No weapon. Have an armor? No. And accessory? I have that topaz gold ring. So I can give him what I've got, and off he goes. So I get some gold from that, and he goes away. Now I haven't got anything left apart from food, and if you give them food, you don't level them up enough. So you sort of get an idea anyway how this is the new sort of part of the game, that sort of the new layer of the game that's coming in. This is going to show me what's going on here. Okay, so this is those things that I ordered. So this is the post portal. So when you buy stuff from the marketplace, it actually takes a bit of time to arrive. I don't quite know why that would happen at the moment, it being running on a centralized database. I guess it's because over time it won't be running on a centralized database, but we're running on a blockchain. So got a bunch of stuff there. So player bag. So these are other things that I've been given. I don't really know. So I think some of them are. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what this donut thing is. For some reason, I can't. You know, some of these things look like I should be able to. Oh, I guess it's a food. Maybe it's a food one that I would attach to the. I could give to one of those adventurers. How am I doing on my quests? I've got some quests today. I've got to produce some material, craft some items. This is just like a daily quest. You can see that I get some resources for doing that. Send 15 adventurers on their journey. I'm going to get some of this, whatever that is, that gem. So adventurers survive for 450 seconds. So I've not done that one yet. Hopefully my new adventurers will do well. You can sort of see this is actually sort of one of the main ways of getting gold. Really, you're sort of doing these, fulfilling these quests, and that's obviously a way that Sky Mavis can sort of control the emission of that. But sell 30 items, get some gold there. So that's what's going on. This is sort of the meta bit of the game, but I've still got these axes that are, there's my little sort of workers, I suppose. The next thing I want to do is I want to level up my altar. So that's the main sort of the HQ, town hall, whatever you want to see it as in the sort of city building bit of the game. So I'm going to need some more wood. I need 250. I've only got 161, so I'm just going to have to send my guys out to go and collect some more wood. It's interesting that the wood, the trees actually are they physically disappear from your map. So there's a limited amount here. I'm not quite sure what happens when you run out of wood. I guess by that stage your sort of land should be self-sufficient by trading and all that sort of stuff, so you basically trade for it. So it's interesting as you get more into the game, you sort of start to see some of the economic models here. So when I run out of wood because I've chopped all the wood down in my land, then I'll have to go and buy some wood, which means that sort of new players who have got lots of wood can then start charging for it. So even though I will be an advanced player, I will run out of wood because I will have chopped it all down. So I'll have to go to sort of newer players. So the new players have something useful to sell, even though they haven't got this sort of crafting mechanic going on. So passive adventurers. So oh dear. So they were all so they were defeated, but they got up. This one got up to floor 18, and this one got to floor 4. So they're basically, I guess they're all going to be defeated at this stage, unless you'll have a very powerful one who's going to maybe get to how many floors are. It doesn't say how many floors there are. But that's where the seconds are being counted up there. So I can. These are just MP. These are just sort of disposable. So I can just get rid of those. Just remove them from my list. There's no point keeping them, I don't think. So yeah, so it's interesting. It's sort of one of these games that I think at the beginning looks sort of fairly simple and you're quite unsure where the depth is, but there is depth in there. I wouldn't say I fully understand it, what's going on. I've not really, organised, not done any decoration for these. You can see I've just like plonked them down. I'm sure people will. I've seen other people's maps and they sort of move them around as you would do. You sort of have this sort of the metal stuff in certain areas, and you can put little roads in. I've not put any roads in yet. So plenty of other stuff to be doing that. But I have to say I've sort of quite enjoyed it. It's a bit unstable. It's a PC build, and it seems to lose connection quite a lot. So I guess that's what you expect with alpha software. But generally finding Homeland pretty compelling to play at the moment. So thanks for watching. See you again.